me, space is the unlimited possibility for human creativity, and where the most ambitious dreams of humanity have already been realized.
Attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, feu. Décollage!
On the 24th of December 1979, the first Ariane rocket lifted off from French Guiana.
Peter Jankowitsch was born in Vienna on the 10th of July, 1933. After studying scientific law, he began his rapid rise in politics. In 1972, he became the Austrian head of delegation at the UN, where he also served as chair of the UN Committee of the Peaceful Uses of Outer Space. In 1986, he became Austrian Minister of Foreign Affairs.
I became interested in politics as a student, and I was part of one of the national students' associations in Austria, even being elected chair of one of them. And like that, I was introduced into politics and could make my choices within the various political movements. I was fascinated by the immense possibilities of international cooperation that space offers to humanity, and where it is practically impossible to do anything without cooperation with other countries. This international sphere fascinated me and drew me closer to working in outer space.
At the end of the 70s, Peter Jankowitsch was instrumental in securing Austria's position in the European Space Agency. Despite what the skeptics said, Austria gained full membership status in 1987. A newer and greater focus in the area of space research was established in the relatively small country of Austria.
In Austria, space, of course, was not something for astronauts, but we had, from the very beginning, excellent scientists. Through a membership in ESA, Austrian scientists were drawn into major projects, and a great number of young scientists started working in ESA. At the same time, it was an opening for Austrian industry to work together with with other European industrial enterprises to take part in space projects. And at that time, we were drawn deeper and deeper into European cooperation in outer space.
After its opening in 1979, the Vienna International Center became a melting pot for international politics. As its main representative, Jankowitsch always focused on the open dialogue between the world powers and also for the peaceful uses of outer space.
The most brutal form of violence has come up lately, the violence of international terrorism.
Well, Austria played an important part in the Cold War because there was a great need for countries who could bridge differences, who could provide a neutral meeting ground. For the leaders of the major powers of the time, Vienna became the place where Kennedy and Khrushchev could meet, and where important contacts between the major players in the Cold War could take place. And both East and West could feel comfortable in this neutral climate.
In 1991, the Cold War ended. A dream came true for Austria and for Peter Jankowitsch. On the 2nd of October, the Austrian astronaut Franz Viehböck flew to the Mir space station.
That, of course, opened many new possibilities, but it also created a lot of enthusiasm for outer space, but also a lot of national pride that an Austrian astronaut was now part of this noble company of spacefarers.
The race into space is no longer a competition between the USA and the former UdSSR, but between many nations. The peaceful uses of space as outlined in the Space Treaty of 1967 is today more crucial than ever, and Europe plays an important role in space policy.
Space is now no longer a purely state affair. Many private investors have become active in space. And of course, the best-known names are those of Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, who have made tremendous investments in space and have become important partners even for major space agencies like NASA, and becoming an important part of space development. Outer space remains what we call the common heritage of mankind, and it belongs to all of us, and this is one of the most important rules. So if I would be on a flight with Elon Musk, I would remind him that he carries a large political responsibility, and that he should cooperate with major space powers to make space a real place for peaceful uses, and not allow any military uses of space.
The European Space Agency and the European Space Policy Institute have become indispensable for climate research, agriculture, and urban planning. Every single day, 20 terabytes of data on our planet's climate reach us from orbiting satellites.
Through satellite programs like Copernicus program of the European Union, we can get a better idea how climate develops in various parts of the world, and satellites give us a very good idea of what happens in various climate zones, what kind of natural disasters are to be expected, and how can we react against them. This is an indispensable part of modern climate science.
The peaceful uses of outer space, a true matter of the heart for Peter Jankowitsch.
Well, my personal hope is, that space science becomes an everyday thing. Every mobile, every handy is part of space science, because most handys today are operated by space satellites. And without this contribution of space science and space technology, we would be blind. We could not telephone our neighbors. We could not make major trips into other countries. So we depend in our everyday life to a high degree on outer space, and many people are not aware of this. But we are living in a real space age, which makes life easier and easily accessible to many of us in many aspects.
It was in many regards Peter Jankowitsch who has helped to shape this world as it is today. A true visionary in space research and politics.